August 1st. That's when they say this is going away. So I played with something else, but I haven't tried to set it up yet. I can't remember what it's called. It's I don't know what it's called. Doesn't matter. No one's here yet. Oh well, somebody's here. Hey, Pleasant, how you doing, brother? Yo, what's up, man? Let's see. I still got work to do here. Gotta get the chat up. That's not where I do it at. This can really be a pain in the ass. And about the time I get it down is when I'll get it down is when, oh wait, oh, I remember what I need to do. Now I remember. And you go back to here, go to link, link, that link. And then I can go to the tube, put that in, Control V, enter. And I have to mute it right away or else I'll get weird, crappy stuff. Oh, wow, look, there's people here. Hi, Crystal. Hey, babe. Explicit. Yes, it did. Hey, Rodney, Carlos, John, yo, Susan. I'm not going to fly my drones tonight. No, I did not fly tonight. Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? Uh, I'm not too good at this yet. Okay. Let's see. I need to pop this chat out. Let's see. That ain't how you doing. How do I do that? Oh yeah, go here. First of all, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not very professional at this. Okay. Pop out chat. There we go. Drag your butt over here. Come back to my hangout. Where's my hangout? Got there. That's looking better. Woohoo! This screen is too big. So anyway, great to see you, Rodney, by the way, RJS, Don, whoever I didn't mention already. So I got a good paycheck last week. I went a little overboard, perhaps. I don't know. My latest arrival, or I got two of these, to 1500, 120C slash 250C. I don't know what that means. Hey Raymond, how you doing, brother? Hey Ed. And I don't know, man. All the batteries I had before were 75C. The last few I've gotten were 100C, and now this is 125C slash 250. What does that even mean? Why is that? Why is there two numbers? I guess the 250 is a burst, you know. But anyway, so I got that today. I got some new antennas. I figure I need to up my antenna game, you know, and a couple of adapters, none of which will probably work. Probably got the wrong ones, whatever. So that was expected, but I knew this package was on its way, sorta. And This is from the justices, Chris and Crystal. I have yet to open it. Just so y'all know, I have not opened it. And this is what always freaks John out, the way I handle this knife, because he's afraid I'm going to cut myself. And I do frequently, which can be bad, because I bleed pretty good. But I believe in bleeding, flushes the germs out. So let's see what we got in here. I'm pretty sure I know what one thing that's in here. Oh, yes, I heard allusions to this, the wire nut. Now, see, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the gray wire nut, but I got wire nuts for days, and you could like 8 of them. What else is in here? There's something else in here buried in these wire nuts. I detect a. Hey, Lena, is Lena in here? I didn't say there she is. Hi, Lena, how are you? So inside this, so apparently the wire nuts are cushioning material for something that I see inside. Something buried deep inside. I should change this camera. I do this on. I don't have that kind of camera. Inside, I think I delete as I see wire nuts spilling across the floor is a blue flame Batman motor. Is that beautiful or what? Is it possible that I could actually have 2 5-inch motors, 5-inch birds running at the same time? Oh, so you got a little purple prop nut inside that bag. I don't know, man. To me, that's just a pretty motor. This is a HF 2306 2450 kV motor. And they will scream for such a small size. Well, they're not that small, but they scream for the size that they are. Yes, I am, Carlos. I'm going to break out a new soldering. First of all, for these and for the, what else is in here? There's some other stuff in here. It's just a little keypad so I can get that annoying OSD off of the otherwise very nice FPV cam. SQ something, I think, Fox here. I love it, man. And part of the reason, okay, and it was funny because yesterday I rescued Mad Dog 1 from the tree. The day before, yeah, exactly. Who was it that suggested the damn wire nut? Hey, Michael, I will never live that down, but it's funny because being an electrician and all, I figured why solder it and realize it's wrong and have to do B heli shot. Let's just wire nut them puppies together and see which way the motor spins. If they don't like it, I'll just reverse a couple of the wires and that's it. So anyway, there you go. So there we go. That's the proper thing. So the funny thing is, this is where I really need to I'm gonna have to talk to Carlos about the smart audio or somebody about the smart audio because my goggles took a crap. Well, technically it didn't take a crap. I can still turn them on. But Carlos knows. Chris, you probably know too, because you've seen Carlos's goggles. Right here is a stupid little, I call it a pimple button. All it is like a little rubber cut button with a little plastic thingy on it. And that's how you turn on this device. And this is the screen that fits inside the FXT goggles. And the Viper V2s, that is. So anyway, one day I was flying and it just came off. It still has a little black piece of plastic sticking out of this hole, so I was able to play with it. Yeah, turd, right? Actually, I love these goggles, but this stupid button was dumb. It was dumb, dumb, dumb. Why have the little buttons on the side? Hell, they got a button on the top for the to start and stop the recording. They could have just had a couple more buttons on top to go to the menu selection. Yeah, your goggles are in the trash, John. Well, that sucks. So anyway, I've reached out to FXT. I've already got a new display on the way, by the way, but it won't be here till next Friday. You know what? That sucks. So I'll have to limp by on this. But I can turn it on and off by sticking a stick in this hole and holding it. Because I did that yesterday, right when I put my bird in a tree. Not the day before yesterday, I should say. I'm still working on that video. But I part of the reason for my antennas was new antennas. The first thing I did when I went to fly, yes, went after I crashed day before yesterday. I was in the tree before I knew it, but I was getting breakup, and it was because of the antennas. And by the way, Chris, part of that was because the stick antenna that was on Mad Dog One got broke off a while ago, so now it's just a wire hanging out of its ass. You know, doesn't have the support anymore. So we did okay until I went around a bank or whatever, and it get noisy. Well, when I watched the crash into the tree, I first saw it on the HD cam. I was like, "How did you run into that? How is that possible? It was right there. All you had to do was hit the gas, and you're going right over it." Then I watched the goggle footage, and right before, I don't know, 15 feet before I got to it, I had a break up. So I didn't see it coming. Hey, Florida Pirate, thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by, brother. Um, and see, that's the thing, you know. And I know a lot of you guys, you're all about the HD footage. Did I say hi to you, Michael? I'm sorry if I didn't. And but I know y'all like to do the HD footage and all that, but some of us, especially those of us that are still learning to fly, I mean, I consider um, myself still learning to fly. I mean, you really never stop learning when you think about it. But um, I like to know what you guys see. And I see you guys get way out there sometimes and go through the trees and all that, but you can't tell what the pilot sees. And One of the things I'm kind of proud of is the progress I've made flying through noise. Because I remember when I first started doing an FPV gig, when I get some weird static, I'd freak the hell out. And, you know, I just saw him drop the bird, whatever. And now I fly through it. And who are you telling to do that explicit? I don't just randomly give out numbers. Who are you telling to do that? Um, what do you, hey John, when you fly around the outside of your house, how many milliwatt? I don't know. You know, explicit. I've seen explicit go around some crazy obstacles and still have pretty good signal from what I've seen. Yeah. Explicit. The I sent you I hey explicit, I sent you a link by the way. The I have always been amazed, like the Mobula 7. I've always been amazed. It only has 25 milliwatts, but I have always been amazed at how well that 25 milliwatts does. And here's the deal with that. I think not only is it the antennas, but the antennas between your goggles and on the bird itself have to match. If your bird just has a wire hanging out, that's basically a stick antenna. So basically, your antenna, you should have a stick antenna on your goggles as well. It should be the same type of antenna. I mean, yeah, I'm no expert in it. You know, I hear people talk about the rotation and all that shit. I don't know about all that. I really don't. But I do know that a stick is a stick, and a curly Q is a curly Q, and a whatever is a whatever, and they should be about the same because that's how they match up. And yes, the different channels is big time. Unfortunately, I don't. Chris, what what frequency is Mad Dog set to? Because when I scanned it, I've come up with a couple different things. Right now, I think it's on B8 I've been flying. But that doesn't mean it's the right one. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Explicit. In fact, I can probably do that right now with my handy dandy cell phone. I figure out how to do it real quick. Let's see, contact. The contact. Explicit. Hey, explicit. Did you get that little short clip I sent you of the your little challenge? Hey, Chris, this is explicit has a little challenge. It makes me think of what you call the tomahawk, and that's the way I see it. And that's where you're going. You're cruising forward, and while you're going forward, you flip it sideways, and then you yaw. So it spins like that. And you were doing that and calling it the tomahawk. Um, Explicit had a oh no. That's fun, John. Funny, John. Yeah. I think you call it the carousel. You call it the carousel explicit. Well, carousels go around like this, okay? Uh, Tomahawks, when you fly them, they throw them, they go like this. However, Ferris wheel would have worked. Let's see. What should you? I guess there's not an option to do that. Okay, I will make sure I send Chris your phone number. I just ain't doing it right now. Ah, you don't want to wake him up. Yeah, Ferris wheel. Now Ferris wheel works. The X wheel. There you go. You gonna prank him all night, are you, John? Yeah, just remember, Mad Dog can prank your ass back too. Don't forget. So now, apparently I have a lot of bench work to do because I got a new flight controller in for the Mobula 7 that Paducah RC told me not to get because supposedly it has a bad 5-volt regulator in it. But what are you gonna do? And yeah, wise decision, John. As do I. So just remember that. There's a lot of us that pack heat around this neck of the woods. You know what I mean? No, I did not fly today, Michael. Instead, I worked on video a little bit, and but I will fly tomorrow. And I have packs for days. It seemed like to me anyway. It was funny because not counting day before yesterday.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? I apologize for not sending you an invite last night, but I forgot and I got carried away. I've been up in a bucket truck and so okay. So my new flight. Well, no, I can't do that. Look at how tiny this little thing is. I'm gonna have to solder to this thing. Good God Almighty, man! It's teeny tiny. How does that even work? Look at this little guy. It looks smaller than the original. This would be the Speedy Bee F4. Man, I don't know. I might be way over my head on this. 30 by 30, I doubt it. Thanks, Raymond. I appreciate your confidence in me, but I'm afraid I'll disappoint your ass. Now, granted, I do have a new solder station that is yet untried.
Is that a 20 by 20 or 30 by 30?
That can't be bigger than 20 by 20. I mean, I don't really know, but I mean, that's teeny tiny to me. I mean,
No, you're not going to fit a 30 by 30 in a micro quad, bro.
no, I didn't think so. No, this is specifically made for the Mobula 7.
Oh, I use, oh my God, what is it? I think it's the Emax. There's a tiny little stack that Rotorite guys promote that I've used in like 3 different quads. I got the big version, I got the small version, and they literally take 10 minutes to wire up the pack.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, that's you. That's not me. I just got what I was just trying to replace what the Mobula had in it before. Yet this one is F4, and
Oh,
what came in the Mobula was a F3. And this also came with the regular uh, series plug thing for 1S, which is what I want to do since I have 1S packs per day. But it also came with an XT30 plug that even has a little capacitor attached to it. You know why have to put a capacitor? Although with
you know
this
why?
one, this I think this stack you can even run 3S on it.
That capacitor will save your ass. If you crash and the thing shorts out, it prevents you from ruining your VTX or anything else. I was doing a maiden flight on Enigma, and I literally was up 30 seconds. I started into a flip. For whatever reason, it fell out of the sky. I don't know if the battery had ripped out for some reason, but when it came down, it smoked the camera, it smoked the VTX, and the receiver. Everything just smoked, and it was the only quad that I did not have a capacitor on.
Yeah, I don't know if you could lay that fact on it having a capacitor or not. Though. I don't know what the capacitor would have done to save that.
If the capacitor absorbs, if you have a huge power shock, or if the battery spikes or has a bad cell and it sends that high voltage through your board, it absorbs that, takes that power, and then distributes it back into the board evenly so you don't get spikes. Spikes will ruin your VTX, spikes will ruin your camera and your receiver because they're especially Spectrum that are only 3.3 volt. So if it gets a huge spike, it will smoke everything.
Now I totally get the shock absorber part about the capacitor, and I'm all about capacity. I just didn't know that it would save your ass from that. I just thought it was more to help prevent motor noise and
It does help with that also, absolutely. Yeah, the boards, those little power Emax boards or whatever the hell I have to look. Excuse me when I get home. Those boards they come with it. A couple of the bigger stacks, the big 30 by 30s I've never come with them, and I haven't put them in those. Just the little micro ones I've been using. I don't want to go home from here, man. I don't want to leave vacation. This sucks.
so when you going home.
I am leaving tomorrow morning before noon, and then try to get home before noon, assuming traffic, and then we're throwing a little, over the hill birthday party at the house.
Well, hey Dan, how you doing, brother? I was just showing off the little where you got. I just had it. I was just showing off the little stack. I get to try your the soldering iron you sent me, the solder station you sent me. Well, I'm gonna get to try out for my first shot. And I'm
I got to tell you
scared.
a funny story too.
Okay, we'll go for it.
So I always do a pre-flight check before I fly, and I make sure everything works spectacular. And I broke that cardinal rule. I was taking my daughter. I was going to go fly at the dock. If you saw one of the videos I did, and she goes, "Now let's go to the park and we'll go fly at the park." So I said, "Sure." So we go over the park. I'm in the flight, 30 seconds, and I go over a tree, come down. I go to power loop over a tree, and then all of a sudden the whole thing just falls out of the sky, which would have been over water. So what ended up happening from a previous crash or vibration, the solder on the ground that goes to the ESCs had broken free. So the flight controller was still getting power, but the ESC board, the all-in-one board, lost power. So all motors just shut off in the middle of a flip, which would have ruined my day because it would have been easily freaking 100 feet out in the water for what I was planning to do with it.
Well,
So
that's funny how fate works, huh?
yeah, definitely. My kid saved me a couple $100 in lost parts because I would have been swimming out in the ocean.
Would you have swum out there after it?
I would have ran out of there after it. Yeah, the
Yeah,
water.
but I mean, how would you even find it? It'd be sunk.
Thankfully, where I am in the little bay area, the water, you can't see nothing. The water is super shallow on low tide when I was flying, so I would have been able to find it. It's crazy because if you watch a lot of the quads that go into the water, they're still powered up. They don't completely short out half the time, so all the LEDs that are on it would have hopefully helped me find it.
In salt water?
Yeah, it may have shorted out quick, but you know, like I said, I landed in a puddle with a micro quad before, and I was able to find it because it was still completely illuminated under the water. I've
Oh,
never.
Dan, you published it. I saw a video came out. So is that your mellow yellow video that you just released?
Oh, I can sit down now.
I was first, but I cheated. Dan gave me a heads up on it. So
Man, my head is red from all the sun. Holy crap!
you gotten a bit of some rays out there, have you?
We because that's our last day, so we took the kids over to one of the smaller little cove beaches over here, and my wife and I sat in these little floaty things and floated for like 3 hours. I felt like a raisin when I got out.
Hey Dan, don't you feel silly for not trying it before? Actually, the way you did your split S, to me, it's harder than the way I've always done mine. So,
What's the split S is the one where you go over the top of the tree and then you flip upside down and go under.
no, not quite to that extent. Explicit. It's just a quick way to do a vertical 180.
Oh,
It doesn't
okay.
have to be an over an object, so to
Right,
speak.
right.
And so it, when you start doing it over the top of a tree and then going back underneath it, that's a little bit more of a different animal.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
should be
it's
called the
like
leaf
a clearing.
smasher.
It can still be a split F. Don't get me wrong. It's still a split F, but it's around an object. So
Right.
you just add up the difficulty level.
Well, hey man, if you're not pushing yourself every flight, you really aren't learning. If you get comfortable, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are comfortable flights where you just get up and float around like a bird. But if you're trying to advance yourself a little bit because you want to better yourself, so the harder stuff you try, and usually in an open field, will help you become more comfortable with that, and then you're going to see yourself start to progress a lot faster. I've been doing it, I broke a lot of stuff in the process, but now, I mean, I'm confident over water. I'm confident going over trees and stuff. But I mean, it takes a lot of time. You really got to, unfortunately, push a little bit in the beginning. Like I've been watching your flights, and I mean, I think you're doing spectacular now, other than hitting yourself.
I've still got a mark from that.
I watch this. I watch a lot of drone compilation crashes, and they show this guy. And I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have seen it. This guy is standing on top of a tractor somewhere. I don't know what drone it was, and he backs it away from himself. And then for whatever reason, he goes full tilt, and it hits him right in the face, splits his lips, splits his forehead. Why in God's name would you fly it that close to your face? I don't understand.
Yeah, see, now that's one thing. I guess that's where I get a little ballsy with these because they do give you some good frontal protection when you got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
screen in there and all that.
Those are about the size of my head plates. Those are the best goggles, I think. I don't know why more people don't fly with bigger box goggles. The immersion and the big view that you get from them is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I just me with the needing the reading glasses and stuff, they
Hmm.
work well for me.
They have a lens called the RHO lens, which is a pretty big deal, that fit right into the head plays that add that extra optical distance for people that need glasses and stuff. So even my father that wears glasses, he takes them off and he can still see the image really, really well. I think they make them for other goggles and stuff too. I'd have to look into that.
You know what, Lazy Rocket? I the I don't think they're not called EV800s, but I think they're really the same goggle.
You're
Mine
talking
just
about the
have
Eachine?
maker fire on them. But
Eachine makes the 800 EV 800s or something also, don't they? The one with the DVR and diversity?
yeah, and that's what mine are. They just have maker fire on them.
I'm going to
But
end up
all
picking those up for other people so they can use it and the screen comes off so you can set it on a stand so other people while you're at the field can watch too.
but you know, they just didn't work well with the glass with the eyeglasses.
Yeah, the ones
They
you got were one of the highest recommended for glasses. That's pretty cool.
they work very well. And the problem with EV800s is that the center of gravity was so far forward, and that's why I like the Vipers, because the way they sit up higher on the head where the weight is, because they use the mirrors to reflect into your eyes,
Yes.
and then the battery pack on the back helps balance it all out, so it's not all front heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, the
you
head.
got some of the weight on the back, the batteries on the back, so they just balance out good. But
What size battery do you run with that?
I run a 4S pack now.
Yeah, I've got a 300, not 300, a 3S 850 milliamp battery. And same thing, it goes on the back of the head.
But the only reason I run the size battery I do in them is because that's what I had. You know, so
Well, that'll last you all day flying. So, I mean, that's definitely a plus for the
last
bigger battery.
I fly with that. It's a 1300 4S battery, so I can fly for a week before I
Yeah.
have to work charge them.
Yeah. You were talking about something earlier I missed when in the chat. You were talking about the two different rating numbers on the batteries.
Yeah, the like this battery I got today. Okay.
Mm-hmm. China line. Oh, no, that's the GMBs. My bad.
Uh oh, it is GMB. Okay. 130C slash 250C or 260C.
So one is a constant if you stayed power nonstop. That's the rating it will get. And the other one, the higher one, is what's called a burst. So when you hard throttle it for a couple seconds, you'll get a higher C rating out of that. But a constant normal will be the 130.
Wow.
The China lines I have, I don't remember what the burst is, but they're 120C constant, which are perfect for hard punch outs and stuff like that. So you got power right when you need it.
So I got two of these today. And then let's see, yesterday I got two of these gold bat. These are 1300, but they just say 100C. They don't have a slash after them.
Yeah, so some companies push it as an advertising thing. Oh, that big plastic plug that's around the balance port, you can take that off. That just pops right off.
Okay.
It's not needed, just extra weight and uselessness.
Okay, I'll take that under advisement.
I've peeled them all off. They end up getting caught and stuff, or, depending on where your battery sits, if there's any way that could fly loose, it will find a prop.
Okay, I get that, and that makes perfect sense. So I got that. Plus, if I can find a damn bird, what did I do with that bird?
There's literally birds in every corner of the room.
I got it over here charging.
It looks like my bedroom.
My house is a wreck.
My wife let me contain my drone corner and workshop to a big corner in the bedroom. That's it. She's like, no more. I wish I could show you guys what it looks like out here. It's just too dark.
And then I got this.
Yeah, that's what I got.
This thing is a brick, man.
Wait, how many milliamp is it?
1500.
Yeah, that's all I run is 4S 1500 milliamp.
and it's 120C.
Mm-hmm.
And bear in mind that the batteries I had before on the Batman and then now on Mad Dog 1, they were all just 75C.
Do you
So,
just Velcro the batteries onto your quad, or do you use any kind of Velcro?
I use just the battery strap.
I did a video about a month back. You can get it at Home Depot. It's a much coarser Velcro that you put on the bottom of the quad and then on your battery. So when you push it, it clicks and locks. I highly recommend that. I've flown, I don't encourage it. I wanted to test it out in an open field, and I flew a whole pack and being aggressive without using a strap and just that Velcro, and they don't come off. So in a hard crash, when that strap breaks, and they do, that battery is not going anywhere.
That's awesome.
Major,
That's
major
awesome.
important.
And actually, I got some. That's not the fancy stuff you're talking about, but I got some of the heavy duty Velcro.
It's cheap. You can
Uh,
get it at Home Depot. It was like $4, and it comes in two bigger sheets. With my hand, two bigger sheets that you can cut. So one sheet will do a battery and the quad, and then depending how many batteries, you can cut up that other piece.
but I mean, it's great for cushion too.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see.
The wind's blowing out here.
I don't know if it's the same stuff. That won't be able to find.
Is there anybody in the chat that could look up my channel? I forget how far back. It shouldn't be that far back to see if they can find that video on that. It's 3M Scotch something. I forget what it's called. That's some serious shit.
I got Velcro for days.
So when you touch it, is there a soft side on one of them, or are they both
Yeah,
coarse?
soft side, there's the scratchy side.
Yeah, that stuff
And,
works good, but the other stuff I highly recommend. It's just a little bit stronger.
okay.
Like I said, it's mega cheap too, so it's not a bank breaker.
So you got that at the Home Depot? I'll have to look for it.
Yeah, wherever the hell the Velcro is and the Gorilla Glue and stuff, you can't miss it. It's a little, excuse me, it's a little hanging thing. I don't know what you want to call it, little packet that they come in, and they have it in black and white, I believe, also. So if you wanted a quad to match the Velcro or whatever, if you're OCD like me, then it doesn't stand out.
Then I got these little guys today.
Those are awesome. The Amway ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
With the,
just picked up. I think we talked about it before. I got the little lollipop V3s. Those things are awesome.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing with them for sure.
They definitely hold up in a crash. I've put them through the trees. I had a battery eject itself when I first started off when I got those in the road in a power loop, and it landed on top of it, and it didn't even hurt it.
So what are these little caps just snap on?
Yes, it's just there to protect, from crashes, because if the metal things are bent in any degree, it affects its performance.
Okay. I just gotta figure. Oh, I kind of see how it snaps in there.
Yep. Yeah, it should clip right onto the little metal pieces. And it wouldn't hurt to put a drop of hot glue right in the center, so when you push it in.
Oh well, thank you very much for that information.
Hot glue in our hobby is it's like duct tape to the rest of the world.
I have a hot glue gun,
Yes, very
and
important tool.
it was Chris MD95 TSR. Man, he goes, man, I use this thing all the time. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
that's that guy's name. Okay, the guy I was talking to earlier about the bell for the Freebot motor.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, if Mad Dog says it's good for me. So,
Yeah, I was pissed because he said that one quad went down, and then I flew a couple packs with Enigma, and then I wanted to come home and I have the new Hurricane props, and I wanted to try those. So I'm sitting at the kitchen table, the kids are eating, and I'm there wrenching away. All of a sudden, a little tink, and it comes off, and it stopped right at the thread, so there was nothing left to catch. So that motor is completely useless until I get a bell for it.
Wow.
Pissed. That's a freaking $25 motor.
Yeah, the
And you can't find the bell anywhere.
I know. I mean, I don't even understand how that works because
The
I don't know.
hobby. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I mean, I have trouble just finding individual parts for a bird, much less for a motor.
A lot of the electronics in this world are out of date or quickly passed on. So if they're not a popular seller, you know, and those were expensive motors, so a lot of people didn't get them. They just had a short supply of them, so they weren't out there. And of course, I break one, you know, long after their popularity, so nobody had them. Everywhere I looked, you know, they showed the links, but then of course it's out of stock and will not fill. But they're on sale now for you can get the motors for $15 now. The hell time is it? Holy shit.
It would be 10:42
All the
Eastern
kids,
Standard Time.
everybody called it, they had too much sun today. Everybody called it quits early. I'm like, I'm not ready for bed yet.
That's because you're not ready to be off vacation yet, brother.
No, you're going to have to drag me out of here.
You know, that's the thing. That's the worst thing about vacations is going back.
Yeah, it's nice to get back into the swing of things. The cats will be happy to see us. There's a good group of guys coming over to wish me an over the hill tomorrow, so it'll be fun. It's supposed to be like
Uh,
111 degrees.
so it's your birthday tomorrow?
No, it was Wednesday. I turned
Oh,
42. I mean 21 Wednesday.
so 21 for the second time.
More like the fifth. I've been lying for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still
Hey,
mentally 12. So
yeah, well, you know, mental is where it's all at. You know, I'm pretty mental myself.
you got to keep that heart young. I'm gonna take a wild guess and said he's getting a beer. The
Good.
redneck word of the day is sensuous. Sensuous up. Get me a beer.
I'll beam you on over there, brother.
Oh, Dad, we got to invent that. Beer by drone.
I know mine don't have quite that much range, brother.
Yeah. Could you imagine? What's the
That
farthest?
guy, where are you at? Explicit. You're someplace in
I'm
where?
in I'm in a town called Stonington, Connecticut. That's if anybody's from the New England area or Connecticut knows where Mystic Aquarium is. I'm about 5 miles down the street at a tiny little private community that we grew up at. So when the right word isn't exclusive, but um, riffraff can't come in here. It's a quiet community. You either are here because you stay here or are renting, so you don't got a lot of the college drunk kids floating around here. It's a very safe place to let you walk your kids around. Like I said, I've been here since I was in diapers. My dad was here. He's got pictures in black and white, old school, of him in a pack and play at one of the cottages he grew up at. So it's a very family oriented place.
So what's the light behind you
Light
across
behind
the
me.
water? The light
Oh,
behind
okay.
you across the water.
Hopefully you can see that. So where's my hand? I don't. There's
Yeah.
a house. There's a house over there, and that's one of the ends of the. I'm gonna try to turn, but that's one of the ends of the bay. And then if you see any of the lights, this is the small bay. I'm on a dock right here. There's the dock that you probably can't see, and then that's the other side. And then if you can see my hand past this side, there's a tiny little beach that's no more than like 70 or 80 feet long. And we'll go back over here at the end, and if you watch the video I did, you'll see all that stuff too. At the end of that flagpole that you probably can't really see, there's a whole other stretch of another mile beach that's all part of this small community. There's only, I think, 150 homes in this small little spot. It's pretty cool.
No, that was a great video. I'm sure you saw my comment on it.
Yeah, yeah, believe me, man, I put my heart and soul into that, and there's a lot of people here that have seen it, and you know, they're generation upon generation. And I was worried, you know, with criticism, especially when you're on YouTube, that there's a lot of haters, and you know, to us, what we do is art. It's an extension of us. So I was very worried about what they would say, and they were like, "You caught the essence of this place. This is how we feel. You put the right emotion, the movements, the music was perfect." So I mean, it honestly brought a tear to my eye. I was very proud of this one.
Thanks, Michael. Cheers to you and Till as well. No, man, I don't understand why. I don't get the haters, man. The
It's like
hate,
a.
the
Go ahead. Go
haters
ahead.
to me, haters to me are jealous.
If you're listening to a song you don't like on the radio, you turn it off. You don't sit there and complain about it. You have the ability to do it. So if you sit through one of my videos and you have to thumb it down, you dislike it that much, how much effort did you put into negativity and dislike? I don't comprehend that at all. I mean, because there's plenty of videos I don't like or I'm not into or interested. I either won't watch it, I'll stop watching it, but I won't go there and thumbs it down and say something negative about it. I just don't like spreading that attitude, you know?
Actually, I'm surprised that somebody that gave you a thumbs down actually told you why they didn't like it. You know,
I would honestly rather know that. I
I
did the
mean,
cabin fever. Go ahead.
to me, in most cases that I've seen where I've gotten a thumbs down or whatever, the 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 person never made a comment.
They
They
never
just
do.
left the thumbs.
Yeah, I did the cabin fever video of me ripping around the house, the cottage. And one of the first thumbs comment I got was a thumbs down. And I'm like, there's not even a reason why you didn't like it. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And that's where I come up with the jealousy part or envious part. And
There's
thanks, Raymond.
a lot of that out there. A real lot of that out there.
So, who's flying tomorrow? Is anybody flying tomorrow? What
That's
the
the first.
hell?
That's the first thing I'm doing when I get unpacked tomorrow.
So you're not going to fly before you pack?
Well, no, when I get home and unpack my stuff at home.
Oh, so you're leaving early, are you?
Yeah, once we're gonna get up, we're gonna take a walk and have breakfast and stuff, and then we're gonna take off by 11 to beat the traffic. So I'll be home by noon. So we'll have most of the day to enjoy at home.
Well, that's cool, you know. So you got to go back to work Monday, I take it.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, look,
it's
you had
reality.
a week and you got a day and a half to chill once you get to the house. So that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
If financially if we can work it out, I'd like to do 2 weeks next year instead of one, just so you know the week goes by so quick, and especially we had a day and a half of crappy weather. You know, it cuts it super short.
That's cool, Michael. That's a good thing to do is to fly every day. Hey
Yes.
Raymond, where are you flying? What are you flying?
Oh yeah, I can't see the comments. So you got to share them.
I'm supposed to be reading all this.
No. Just some of them. I can't see any of it. So
Well, I mean, I have two flying, and Raymond Millwood says he hopes he's flying in the morning. Michael McReynolds says he flies every day. He loves the hobby.
I try to fly at least a pack a day.
And then back from the sky, Carlos is whining that it's going to be too hot to fly tomorrow.
Carlos, sorry I didn't like that song, buddy.
Yeah.
If you see, that's a reason to get a tiny whoop because you can fly in the house, chase
And
the
the
cats around.
AC, flying the AC.
Yes. Tiny whoops don't like the AC. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten or go by a fan and it just goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I have turned off
It's
the
weird.
AC and the ceiling fans a few times when I was whooping around the house.
I saw your cat in one of the last videos. Does the cat get bothered by the quads?
Nah, he
Mine
swatted a few down.
Mine don't move. I could literally hover over both of them, and they actually enjoy the breeze. They're not phased at all. Maybe in the beginning they were, but if there's so much flying going on in my house that I think they're just desensitized to it. Honestly,
You know, I actually had a couple cats. And see, I never bought a cat, never grabbed a cat in this stage of my life. I just had cats that adopted me.
that's how
You
it
know,
works.
yeah, exactly. So, but there was this one cat. I don't know what happened to it, but this one day it wasn't around anymore. But
Well, you got all
it
kinds of
was,
crazy animals out there. An alligator or something come out of the swamp and get it, right?
yeah, right. But this cat was a great spotter because I'd have a bird go down, crash in the weeds or whatever, and next thing I know, I'd see that cat running away from the scene of the crash. And it's like, oh, that's where it is. It's over there.
Nice. You gotta teach them to retrieve it to be able to go over, pick it up, and bring it back to you.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
In your case, climb a tree because cats love trees.
Yeah, it's in my case, climb a tree.
Oh God. Yeah, I got two of them at home, man, and they've picked us. We've never picked them.
The I had to use a bucket truck yesterday to get my bird.
That is dedication.
Hey, it crashed in the tree right next to the bucket truck. All I had to do was figure out how to work the bucket truck.
So what happened? Was it a loss of video or something, or did it just a miscalculation?
Yeah, pretty much. I came around the track and because it was funny. I mean, because I looked at the HD cam footage and it was like, how did you hit that? And then when I looked at the goggle footage, it was like, right when it came around the corner, all of a sudden I had this big breakup, and that's when I
Hmm.
hit the tree.
Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier in the chat. I'm glad you brought that up. When you go to fly, if I fly at my home, I can't fly in the same channels that I go, or I could, but at the field, I don't get certain static or interference. When I fly around my house, you can see the Wi-Fi chops in some of the feed or inside. If you switch through the channels on the VTX and then recalibrate with the goggles, um, it will help you eliminate. So you can do a real, before you start ripping on it, do a test flight, just go around wherever you're going to fly, see what it's like, and then if you feel secure with it, then you start going and ripping. But
Check the
yeah, that
area first. If you look at rotor ride videos, there's a lot of them back in my earlier days. Talk about that a lot where they go around and they test out an area before they go fly
yes,
hardcore or whatever. Kind of get a feel for it, where you can get a good signal, where you can get some bag signal and stay to the good areas, or you
one of the
can actually kind of tune where you kind of fly or the
yes,
direction you fly to or like that.
one of the main fields I fly right by my house. There's nothing around. There's homes, but they're nowhere close to get any interference, no power lines. And in the center back part of the field, there is this trippy ass section that completely messes with everybody. I've lost complete video, which makes no sense. So I have gone through and tried multiple channels to get something that's stronger, and so far so good. But it makes no sense.
Well,
Here,
it's just like I've always had the best luck with E2 or E3.
Mm-hmm.
With
race band 7, race band 8. That's what I hear the best channels are to be on for video because it interferes less with the Wi-Fi, your normal
Yeah.
Wi-Fi around housing. So race band 7 and race band 8, I hear, are your best channels.
And those channels, the race band channels, are a little bit farther spread apart, if I understand them correctly. So when you're flying
Yeah.
with a couple guys, especially if they're 200 milliwatt transmitters, that you're not blending into each other.
Yep, definitely. And every time we get out in the field and have multiple people, we always try to. My
But
goal personally is to try to get on race band because I've gone down to International Open, man, and you can see all on the same antenna, right hand or left hand, this or that,
mm-hmm.
running 8 guys on 8 different tracks at one time. 64 guys in the air at
Wow.
20. What is it? 2,800 square mile or 2,800 acres, I think is what AMA is. 2,800 acres for 64 guys to be in the air at the same time
That's a
and not
lot of
having video
frequency.
issues. That's pretty intense.
The only thing that I've had trouble with, I think I've flown Tiny Whoop because we set up tracks in the backyard a lot. We had 6 guys on Tiny Whoop, and that was a little because there's a lot of those all-in-one cameras
Yeah,
don't
it's all
have a
the
lot of.
25 milliwatt, this and
Yep.
that. Yep.
But that, I mean, that's where the antenna on your goggles would make a huge difference is
Yeah,
in the reception that you're picking up.
right. Definitely go diversity, this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to tune your stuff. That's where my long range is lacking right now. Is I haven't built up my goggles for the high end type antennas. You know, long range patches. This and
I'm
that.
dying to try that long
So
range. There's so many videos.
I got Crossfire and I got R9M both, and
Oh,
I do like mid range flying with them right now. That's all I do. I
those
don't go long range because my antenna patches and this and that just don't have quite the feed to get me the trustability on it yet.
there's a couple of videos I've seen, especially the cinematic stuff, where these guys are coming down like the mountains, the Swiss
Yeah,
mountains and the Alps.
yeah.
If that goes down, you're not getting it back. You give up. I mean,
Right.
you've got to commit where you put that quad out that there's a
It's a
chance
big
it ain't coming
commitment,
home.
man. I got an Alien that my Crossfire's on, and that's a $600 quad, man. That's a lot of commitment when you put it
Oh
on
yeah,
the
I hear
line.
that.
Plus, I live in a trailer park, so most of my flying is like out front, this or that, playing around. And there's a lot of Wi-Fi, and
Yes.
we actually have dish satellite for like a free internet, you know,
Hmm.
kind of thing going on in here. So
You
there's
go in front of
Wi-Fi
those things, it'll block
boosters
you
and
right
all
out.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
All our all our gas meters are all the new Wi-Fi meters and everything. Yeah, it's crazy in here for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I believe it. Holy moly. Oh
So Ed had to get a bucket truck. Ain't that some
man.
stuff?
Commitment.
That is commitment. Totally. I heard you say
The
that one.
bucket truck was right freaking there, man.
Did
Hell, no, I had to go get it.
I
Hell,
was
all
telling
I had
you.
to do, Mike, literally, all I had to do was crank it up,
Yeah, I know.
the
You had
boom
it easy, brother.
swing it around, and I
You had it easy, brother.
free.
We all need
But
a
you
bucket
said
truck,
that wasn't the first time that you'd wanted to use that bucket truck to get your stuff, though.
right?
My worst so
Right
far.
about that, brother. I wanted to use that bucket truck a few times.
My worst spot so far. My favorite spot here in local town is a local fly park, and it's got like a couple ball diamonds. I think there's 3 diamonds, and then it's mostly like a horseshoe pit, and they've got some kids' playground. The local
Where are
park
you
down by
located?
the river, central Michigan, middle of Michigan, exactly. But
Gotcha.
so I fly down there all the time. But a couple winters ago, when I was really starting to fly, I went to another side of the park, and they've got some taller trees over there. And I ended up 80 foot up at minus 20 degrees outside with 20-mile-an-hour winds, 80
Jeez.
foot stuck in a tree because of a TVS Triumph antenna hooking the nook of
Wow.
a branch. It just hooked it in there and laid it in there. And it took me, I think it was about 5 hours to get that drone back. I ended up getting a buddy of mine with the church has climbing gear. And
Wow.
he says, I'll come out there and climb it, man. And he actually used ropes at 9 o'clock at night in the middle of winter in central Michigan, 20-mile-an-hour winds and 20 degrees below zero. Climbing at 9 o'clock at night, pitch black with a flashlight with his ropes. He didn't even use spikes because he didn't want to damage the tree because it was city property. He
That
didn't
guy
want to
deserves a
get a
12
fine.
pack.
So he's like, oh, I'll do it, man. He's like, anytime you need a quad out, man, as long as it's not on a regular basis, come get it. He says, anybody else, it's like $100, man.
They can make some money in the community getting
Right.
quads out of trees.
Me and Plum and FPB have been trying to build up the local area so we can get them some business.
Don't
My
ask me to do this every day now.
my wife had that happen to a friend that she used to work with. She just Facebooked him out of the blue because he knew that I flew, and he goes, "Can you come over here and take a look?" 80 feet up in the top of his tree, he got the Parrot Bebop or something like that. His first flight,
Oh man.
total amateur, never flown, puts it way out, sends it
There's
way.
no turtle mode, no arm at 180, this and that
Nope.
and that. You're not getting it out unless you
He
get
spent
some.
$700 and lost it in 8 minutes flat.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking to get a DJI Mavic, but I've done some. I got a GPS that does like 500 meters, this and that. So I've
I
done
would
some
recommend the
GPS
Mavic Air.
stuff.
I love my
Yeah,
Mavic Air.
I'm looking at the Mavic Pro 2 actually because I want to do commercial as well, and it's a good kind of platform to get into commercial as well as have the
Yep,
advantage to do whatever I want to do. So, been looking at the Mavic Air 2 or the
that is an
Mavic 2
awesome platform.
Pro, but it's been between that and the Zoom. The Zoom, the only thing I see the advantage of is the actual zoom versus
Hmm.
digital zoom. So you get
Right.
a little bit closer and a little bit more clarity on the zoom that it does. But with the dynamic range, I think it pretty much the capabilities over the top of the regular zoom anyway with the dynamic range zoom.
Those things got some awesome accessories that you
Yeah,
can buy for it. The lights, the speaker, all that stuff.
yeah. Especially if you go enterprise. Enterprise is like hooked up, but that's a little bit more. But yeah, enterprise has got the infrared, all that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'd love for them to
Yeah,
come out with like an option for FLIR or something like that.
I figured it'd be a good start for like GPSing, getting commercial, and being able to use it for B footage and all that stuff too. So it'd
I
be
want to
cool.
get my amateur pilot's license or that 107 thing so
Yeah,
that
the
I can sell
107.
footage.
But that's part of the thing with the when I get my DJI is if I do get a DJI and it works out the way I'm hoping it will in the next couple of weeks here, that
Hmm.
I'm going to get that remote pilot 101 and
Yep.
go ahead and get the 107. I've got a friend of ours from the church that does some 107 work around here, and he said he could hook me up with some leads and whatnot. So
Is there a lot of
get
no-fly
that
zones out
set.
that way?
And no, I'm in the middle of like tree country, dude. We got pine trees for days. No hills, no mountains, this, that. And I'm like
That's
right
awesome.
in central Michigan, so everything north of me is all like desolate land, dude. There's like really nothing. Everything south of me is where everything is in Michigan. So, kind of nice area. We got like the tall ships celebration. I think this week, and I don't know if it's this weekend or this weekend next weekend, but like some of the biggest ships in the United States, as far as like the sail ships and whatnot, are in
Oh, wow.
port over like 16 minutes away from me right now. So to be
The
able to
town
do
right
some stuff like that, some of the celebrations they do around here is pretty phenomenal.
the town right next to me where the Mystic Aquarium is, the first couple of days that we're here, they have a sailboat display and they have fireworks and stuff that we can actually see from where we are. But they've
Yeah.
got some humongous sailboats that are just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this is like a 3 or 4 day celebration they do downtown Bay City Harbor, Michigan, right off like, oh, if you got the thumb, it's like right in the crest of the thumb.
Hmm.
And so everything's out there. They've got like, I think they've got like 10 ships this year, and 2 of them are like new ships that are like the biggest in the United States that sail around for these big shows or whatever. But so they do that, and they do fireworks displays, and it's all in Bay City area, and pretty much right downtown is where it's all located. So everything's centralized right onto it, and then they've got all the Bay Area float traffic with boats and that, and run
That's
down
pretty
the
cool.
Saginaw. Yeah, it's a pretty good celebration. All kinds of extra activities going around town and all that stuff too.
No, you're right, Raymond. It is hard to hear Mike, and that happens with
Is
Mike
it?
all the
I,
time.
man, I really got to upgrade. I don't know. I don't know what it
Maybe
is.
there's a way you can boost your mic
It's
volume,
this,
Mike.
it's this really fancy looking $30 microphone. Oh, see, look. Oh no, that wasn't it. Okay, that was just a cord falling off the.
You mean you got a real microphone in your audio with that shitty?
Yeah, I got. Dude, this is like an MB 800 or something like that. I got a real cool microphone.
Well, it sounds good
You know what's
now
even
when
worse?
you're talking at it.
And if I really wanted to do it, and I spent like probably $100 right now, I could get all the cables. I've got a 16-channel mixing board sitting up in that closet shelf up there that I could hook up to the computer and actually do it like Pusa Studios.
That'd be
You know,
cool. Oh yeah, those guys are crazy.
I could have
Oh,
all
yeah, Mike.
hook up the amplifiers and all that to it.
Their
You know
chat
what it is,
so
Mike.
fast.
You're not that microphone is very directional apparently. So a
Yeah,
lot of times
if
you're
I
not
pull it up,
talking
I
to it.
push it down because I hang my hat on it and it gets in the way of the side stuff. So I push it down, and I jumped onto your stream and I forgot that it was way down low. So now that I pull it up, it's probably way better.
Oh, it is
You got to
way
caress
better.
it. You got to get it close.
Yeah, I gotta give it some attention.
Shit, and I'm here talking on my damn phone.
Well, I got a 32-inch monitor that I'm looking at for the Hangouts and a 21
That's cool.
that's got the YouTube on it for the chat. So I'm kind of
That's what he does half the time, though. I'm noticing it now. Half the time when Mike talks and we can't hear him good because he ain't talking to the microphone no more. He's talking off to somewhere else.
Dude, I got this whole room is like a quadrant now.
I totally understand.
I got like my workbench on the other half of the closet. You know, I broke it out of the closet. So I got half the closet for 3D printing, half the closet for quad building. And then I got quads hanging on the wall, the big 55-inch TV over there on the wall. I got the guitars hanging, and oh man.
You must not be married to have all that fun stuff.
When I got into quads because it took up so much space for all the quads.
That's his man cave, brother.
Oh, dude, I got stuff floating in the hallway. You see that?
I see it. I see it.
See that big tall yellow thing? That's
Yeah.
I do residential painting. So this customer is like retired, going into this old folks home. She's got this like 2,800 square foot house, and her husband's dead and gone, and he's into gas powered and electric powered like planes.
Wow.
So she's like, I need this stuff out of my house. I'm like,
Ding, 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 ding. Sign me
the
up.
only thing I'd be interested in is the radio controlled stuff. She's like, help yourself, dude. I got 2 planes that are built. One's gas, one's electric. Both the wings for it. I got another kit over there hanging up that's leaned up in the boxes. It's leaned up against the wings there. There's a kit there. It's the full balsa wood kit to build an electric plane.
Mhm.
I think it's like 4.5 foot wingspan on it or something like that.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're huge planes. The radios for it, all kinds of gear, dude. I got stuff laying all over the house right now. The wife's like, "Can I have my house back?"
Know the feeling.
I always like, oh, I got another customer I was doing a house for. We were doing a bunch of stuff. He's like living out on a lake. He had a $500,000 home on one side of the lake that he was remodeling, kind of touching up and selling that. But for like a year, he had another house on the opposite side of the lake for like
Wow.
$500,000 that he was paying for, and remodeling that at the same time. They put like a full bar into the basement with like slider doors going in, you know, the hidden shelf type doors. So you open up the hidden shelf, looks like bookshelves. You open them up and it goes into a bar in their basement, full bar. So we did all that, but he gave me it's about a 5.5 foot, 6 foot tall yacht. It's a sailing yacht. There's no motors for any props or anything. It's just the only thing on it is servos for the sails. But it's like 590 inches of sail on the damn thing.
Wow.
It's
Somebody
huge.
wants something behind you, Mike.
Yeah,
Oh,
on the bed.
okay.
He
Later,
did it on me.
son.
That's my youngest. He just turned 18, off to college in another month.
Oh dear
Wow.
God.
That's the youngest.
So you feeling old now, Mike?
Don't I look it?
He's got about as much gray hair as I do.
Those are wisdom streaks, brother.
I lost my wisdom streaks.
Your forehead is catching up with me, Mike.
Yeah.
My girls are still young, man. I could not fathom them being teenagers. I'll end up putting a bullet in my head. Dear God.
My oldest is 27 right now.
How old are you, sir?
27. I'm 47 now. My oldest turned 27 yesterday,
Yeah, I turned 42 a couple days ago.
and my youngest is 18.
Damn.
Out of 5.
Wow.
I've been busy. It's time to finally start. Hobbies? Yeah, I need some hobbies. That kid's gone, man. Let's go. He's the last one, and he goes off to college in a month. He's on campus. So, I mean, freedom's coming.
I got a long way to go. My youngest is 5.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get the shotguns loaded, brother.
Believe me, I am a super good shot. I am awesome at trap shooting.
He said girls all the way. My first 2 were girls, and my last 3 were boys.
No
So,
joke. My father sat down and he was talking about family stuff, and then the next day we're talking with our buddies, and this girl's like, "Well, if you could pass yourself on, what would you share with your kids?" And I said, "Well, my family's known for our blue eyes." I said, "I'd want to pass my blue eyes down." I regret that statement every freaking day.
Yeah. I bet they're blondes too, aren't they?
No, one's just a light brown. They're both about light brown hair, but they've got crystal blue eyes. Everybody stops at the supermarket with them, and they're like, "Oh, they're so cute." I'm like, "Do you want them?" They're in that obnoxious stage. It's just insane right now.
Bring them back in 3 years.
Ugh. They already think they're 20. They think they already rule the world.
Enjoy them before they grow teeth, Carlos, eh?
I got a work buddy. His oldest is like almost 2, I think. So at lunch break, we ended up swinging over to his house and hanging out for a couple of minutes and chilling some AC and this and that. So we go over there, and she's like, I'm probably the second most guy that she ever sees. You know what I mean? So when I come in, it's like flirt, 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 flirt. Oh, dude, she is such a ham. I love it, though. Girls are so fun.
Yeah, they are definitely. It's neat too because they're very girly, but they go to the range with me every time I go to the range.
They want
My
to do
father,
the cowboy thing, and like, I don't want to be a girl. You know, I ain't gonna pick and choose. Boys are like, the hell with being a girl, man. I don't want to do that. It's totally different.
mm-hmm. You got to raise them right in this world because younger generations just don't have any respect, and God forbid somebody hurts one of my little ones. Oh boy!
Pay attention all the time. That's the big thing.
That's
Raise them
because
strong.
too many of today's parents are not parents.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Too many parents just, okay, have fun, enjoy, come home when it's dinner time. Oh, at 5 years old, they're calling down the street for the kid. You know what I mean?
Not happening. My kids are with me the whole time.
Take care of the whole whatever.
It's bad here. It's like the ghettos of this area. I'm in the shithole.
God, isn't that pretty?
MD 95. He's like, oh man, your trailer park. That'd be fun to rip.
Do you want
I'm
some
like, dude,
personal
this
time
is
over there, Ed?
I'm playing with my motor.
Do you need some tissues?
You need to put those back in the box and send them to me, Ed.
Yeah, there you go.
5, buddy. A set of 5. I don't do 4s. You always gotta have a spare.
Yes, I learned that the hard way.
This is for the Batman. This is
Dude, I learned it the hard way, and I'm learning it again because I slacked once. I was like, oh man, these motors are cheap, and
Yep.
they're for a 3-inch, and I got a 3-inch I bashed like 2 weeks ago, and the motors that I put on it are no longer in stock. They now have a V2. So they're totally different motor setup and everything. So to just throw a V2 on there would throw it way off,
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
It'd probably run, but it just wouldn't be right.
Well, it's going to be limited
I'm having
to.
to buy a whole new set of motors for my 3-inch.
Yeah, I learned that. I said I got a Freibot motor, a Lumineer motor that I
Yeah,
snapped. I
Freibot.
snapped it. I snapped the freaking shaft off it, putting a prop on it.
Dude, Freybots are known for bad shafts and loop and
I
soft.
wish I knew that shit beforehand.
Right. They look so pretty with that chromium and
I look
that
at him dangling the shit.
chaos.
I'm not getting hypnotized.
Have you,
That's what I'm doing. You will send me all your quad
uh,
stuff
if you
now.
like that Freibot color, there's another motor out. It's called Cyclone FPV. They have a Chaos motor.
Brother
And
Hobby has them too.
yeah, I don't know if they have the Chaos ones, but uh, yeah, Cyclone FPV has Chaos motors, and they're done with that rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty nice motors from what I hear, though.
They're super smooth. I love the power band on them.
Yeah,
Let's see y'all get all
they're
technical
that
with
half off
power
power.
and crap and all that. You know,
Chaos
I don't know
motors.
motors from Adam.
2207.5, that half off motor. They're nice that way, though.
Nice.
But a lot of motors are starting to do that half off type thing with the point 0.5 just to get that in sync kind of mid range. So,
Huh.
a couple of motors, T Motors have done it, and a couple of other motor companies have done it.
I have 3
Like,
pink T motors that need to find a home. One broke. I wanted to do a quick pop test outside. I built this quad and I had the pink T motors on it. So I popped it outside and I gave it a little bit of throttle and it rattled the 2 bolts I had holding it on. It wrapped itself around the arm and it snapped off the inside wires. So now it's completely useless. So now I got 3 pink T motors that I want to find a home for.
I was showing Ed last night. This is the motor I stripped off my 3-inch.
Wow.
It like pulled the wires right out of the static. The
Yeah.
like silicone, it's still there on the darn static on the motor.
Mm-hmm.
The wires come out of the shrink wrap and everything, just pulled it straight out of the darn shrink wrap.
That must have been one epic crash.
It was a head-on with the 3-inch at about, I don't know, probably about 45, something like that.
Damn.
4S 850. Yeah, that was pretty good. Head-on, it broke the end off that one, broke the motor, ripped the stator out, and then the other arm, it actually, between the motor and the mainframe area, it totally delammed the whole carbon.
Holy
Socket,
crap.
Talking away
angle
from
it, all kinds
mine.
of shit. It's bad.
Here's the deal. Here's one of the things I've noticed is that the better the flyer gets, the more they push themselves, and the better they get, the more spectacular the crashes and the work of the aftermath of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've only had 2 really bad, and it was over stupid stuff. I had just finished building a quad, and in the middle of upside, it happens a lot. In the middle of an upside down power loop, the VTX let go because I tightened the wires were all zip tied and real nice and beautiful together. But
Damn it!
but it pulled the video because it was too tight, so I lost the video upside down.
It's almost
And I had
like a failsafe.
I had a friend that painted the cowl, spent 4 hours painting the cowls all over it, and just destroyed everything.
I paint mine up a little bit here and there and kind of glamour them up a little bit, but man, my quads get so dirty when I beat them. MD95 says I've got the dirtiest quads on the net, so I don't know.
You should get them tested then. You got to go to the doctor.
Yeah, he's over there like running his under hot water and a toothbrush. So I'm like, dude, send that shit.
See, I got 4 5-inch quads, and each one of them has a different purpose. Where one is my beater. That's the one, if I sink it in the ocean, I don't care. I've got my really nice looking one. I got a fast one. And then I got a cinematic flyer that I really don't beat on at all.
Yeah. That's a good collection, though. I got 2 Ghost Mode 2s, which are race frame, but I'm a freestyler. So
Me too.
I've always freestyled the Ghost Mode 2, and it's been tough on the frame, but it does a hell of a job, dude. And I've got the V1. I don't even have the V2. And the V2 is supposed to be way stiffer.
Yeah.
Way better carbon. But I run the Ghost Mode 2 V1s, and I've got an Alien, I've got a Martian 6-inch, and I've got a Diablo from Cyclone FPV, a Diablo 220. The Diablo 220 is my basher. That's going to be like my bandos. That frame, dude, I haven't even scratched the carbon on that thing. I've torn it up. It's
My,
getting
I,
some juice. I'm loving it. But
I forget who makes it. I got the Screech frame that's like that. That thing's a tank.
yeah, yeah.
That thing I can't. I
That's
haven't.
a really cool frame. Even the Bandolera right now, the 6-inch Bandolera is. I'm really
Did
itching to
oh,
get
what's his
that
name?
versus take my guts off my 6-inch Martian and convert it over. But
That
yeah,
knucklehead Lee Drib just came out with a micro frame. Did you see it? The Driblet.
You're a Ladrib fan, are you?
that's perfect.
Honestly, a guy that a straight
Is that
guy that's
perfect?
wearing eyeliner, I have a problem. That's just
Driblet. That's perfect.
he's a dribbler.
Yeah,
I call him Ladrip.
he's drilling all over himself.
I don't understand him at all. He is just very confusing.
I call him Ladrip. DRIP.
Drip.
He can fly his ass off, don't get me wrong.
He's got some skills, yeah, but
So he's just strange.
hey, don't be talking about the president of my favorite Rotor Riot community like that, man. I mean, that's some shit right there, man.
I am.
Boy, that's my home dog, the Drib, man. I mean, like, I got his motors on like lockdown over there. I got him on my wait list. You know?
I'm just saying, man, it's the mascara that throws me off, you know.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for
the
the
guy liner.
stock too, man, along with the Sharpoo tape.
Those guys, man. You know what? With all the rules and regulations and stuff that's changing, they kind of brought all those rules back because of all the stupid stuff that they were doing.
Yeah, the dives, this and that.
The bridge dive was the epic downfall for them.
Being in the spotlight that they are, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with that Rotor Riot's done, and some of their pilots as well. Bot Grinder's one of those ones that he's like, oh, I'm done with Rotor Riot. So now he's over on the TBS website. If you guys haven't seen it, he's on TBS now. He now sells, ready for this? Blunt cutters, pot trays,
Who does?
Bot Grinder on the TBS website, dude.
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
TBS Black Sheep website, and Bot Grinder's got his own page for like pot paraphernalia.
He is not a
And my
PC
personal
spokesperson.
opinion, that's the reason why he's no longer Rotor Riot, is because Rotor Riot said, hey, man, you got to clean that shit up.
Absolutely.
Everybody's out there talking there, oh, man, Bot Grinder's cool, Bot Grinder's cool. He's just going his new way. No, Bot Grinder said, fuck you, and I'm going my way or the highway. And TBS is like, oh, man, okay. Because TBS put out the grinders before with the TBS Black Sheep logo on them.
Oh,
So they don't have a
interesting.
problem with that. So he went with it.
Yeah, I've watched some of his videos, and I like his motors, but I can't get into him either because
To me, that's promoting marijuana and hobby, and that's legally against UA law. So it shouldn't be there.
I am as anti-drug as they come, so he's against what I stand for.
I'm sorry, but guess what? I'm not promoting it on this channel as like my regular thing. It's not smoke pot with Bot Grinder night. It's not smoke pot with Night Train night. It's not the smoke stop. It's the whistle stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So, yeah, there's lots of things that you get into those big companies, and they're the aspect of the hobby. And that puts an aspect on all the other pilots that are trying to be something and enjoy the hobby for what it is. And all the big commercial shit kind of blows us out of the water and like, oh, now we're screwed.
So, yeah, it's going to be tough for a while.
Lots of stuff out there, man. That's
I don't know.
Why he's like, man, roll me one.
It seems like some of those. It seems like some of those guys almost sold out or just kind of lost the passion. They're doing it as a business now and not.
I said that in the chat personally earlier tonight about Hot Grinder's live stream tonight because he's all over. He's like, he pours a full beer into a stein, gets on cam and says, "Hey guys, I'm trying to go down and fly with Cricket FPV down in Atlanta. If you can send me $200, I'll book my ticket tonight."
Wow.
Wait, is this fly with bot grinder night?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, wait a second. I was just starting to look up to him too, and then he went on his own way, and now it's the bot grinder again. So I don't know.
You know, if you walked up to any of us and you saw us flying, we'd shake hands with you. We would show you some stuff, let you wear the goggles.
Joint and say, "Hey, smoke this. Check out these goggles."
Yeah, right. Or I mean, like Mr. Steele, that's got his head so far up his own ass, he doesn't see any of us. We don't exist, and it's very disappointing. It's very negative towards this hobby and the people. It's not positive.
Breakdown.
You know what's weird is I've heard all those names, but those are not the channels I go to.
No,
I don't either. I don't subscribe to any of them.
Bot grinder I've subscribed to, and I view here and there. Just because he was cleaning up, like I said, I started watching him a little bit more.
Well, I mean,
nothing else going on. I pulled in the bot grinder. I'm like, he's promoting, trying to get down to Atlanta to go fly with
Cricket.
as he's drinking a beer and smoking a bowl.
Yeah, that's not very.
Priorities are mixed up. You want to go fly with fucking Cricket? Cut back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take a break for a night.
He's obviously got an issue.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. All right, Carlos.
I can't afford
it's time for you to teach me some shit, okay? So you're going to have to get on and tell me how to get Amber going.
Even if I could afford all that stuff to smoke, drink, and all that stuff every day, I still wouldn't be on live stream going, "Hey, man, give me a couple bucks."
Right.
That's Nitrate FPV. If anybody's asking, Nitrate FPV. You can let Bot Grinder know.
I can tell you all this. I mean, right now.
3 times in the stream tonight, just so you know.
I am probably subscribed to Bot Grinder. But when I hit the subscription tab on my computer and I see somebody that I know,
family,
somebody that I interact with that comes up, that's the video I'm going to watch, not something from Bot Grinder.
Holy shit, it's 11:30 already. I got to be, yeah, I'm leaving here at like 6 o'clock in the morning, go set up 7 bands, and be at 105-degree heat humidity from 7 a.m. until about 11 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I guess you're going to have a fun day tomorrow.
He's going to be one cranky bastard.
Get off this live stream and quit getting so comfortable, I think.
Yeah, my wife's texting me like, "Where the hell are you?"
I'm just baby. Out here talking over the YouTube world.
Yeah, I went into the bedroom to talk to her. I was like, "Babe, they want to talk." She's like, "Go, go, go."
FPV cloud.
FPV club.
Anybody, I'm sure everybody here already has explicit FPV.
Hopefully, they're trying to make it to 1,000.
FPV, but if you don't, you should be. Subscribe to their channel and check out their work because they both do great work.
Really be cool if he could take 30 seconds and type "Hey y'all" in the chat so everybody could get his channel.
Neither of you have done that, by the way.
What's that?
Take that 30 seconds and type his name and say hi in the chat would help get his channel up.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
He probably can't do that.
I was saying if you could type hi into the chat. I know you're on your phone and whatnot, but if you could say hi into the chat, people will get your channel.
Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. Let's go here. I'm going to lose the video, I think.
Yeah, the video's gone.
For a
That's okay.
second,
We
but
can
come
end up
back.
for your face already.
That way
All right.
people will be able to find your channel quicker.
Subscriptions. Try not to walk into the ocean while I'm staring at my screen. All right, hold on. Here we are. I'm here.
Walking, texting while walking.
All right, there you go. There's
Actually, there you are.
All right, so I popped that.
Um, there's actually
in the box.
videos of people looking at their phone and walking into water features and stuff like that.
Yep. All right, I'm back.
Don't have them already. Share love, man. 807. All right, nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, everybody, please pick up explicit.
Up there myself. I thought I had you, but I wanted to double check.
And of course, make sure you got Nitrang FPV.
I definitely got Night Train, I believe. I'll have to double check again too.
YouTube's funky that way, so I always try to double check on the specials and stuff. Random chat was like, I haven't seen that one in a minute. Let me check it. Maybe YouTube's throwing me off.
YouTube's been dropping numbers. I go up and down like 10 a day. It's the weirdest shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, I must say, I don't think anybody that I regularly watch has dropped from me as far as who I'm subscribed to. I do have a problem with bells, but
that's because you're such a character, Ed. Nobody like skips your channel. Nobody like misses a stream at all. Nothing.
Absolutely not.
Man, I gotta watch that shit. All the comments you put through your videos and everything else. Everybody's like,
oh my God, that is the best
comedy.
Yep. There you go. Stand up FPV.
There you go. I like it. Ed, stand up FPV.
Oh, that could be fun, man. You could have some good jokes.
Dude, we'll throw you some in chat here and there just so you got some for one-liners or something to throw in.
Oh, yeah. One. That would be a great idea.
4.5 hours, that's not bad, Carlos, you know?
Carlos is having a hell of a weekend right now, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting to
I can't believe he's not like resting, getting ready for tomorrow, dude. He's so wound up from today he can't sleep.
You probably ought to just go ahead and drive home tonight, Carlos. You're so wound up.
Hey, you need the link, man? I can find it for you. I'll just pass it to my copy. Take my place, Carlos. Keep that up for another couple hours. He ain't got shit to do tomorrow. It's gonna be hot. He ain't gonna want to fly.
Yeah, they're predicting like 112 tomorrow at home.
Dude, it's gonna be 105 in Michigan tomorrow. I can't imagine what it's gonna be in Florida.
Yeah,
now,
right.
That's humidor, right? That's not real.
It was 68% humidity when I woke up this morning and 80 degrees.
Yeah.
It was like you walk out the door, it felt like it was raining. It was only clouds overcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sweat just hangs on you. It doesn't go.
It wasn't like hot temperature wise necessarily. It was just so humid it just like started dripping off you the minute you walk out the door.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's horrible.
I'm gonna be in that all day tomorrow.
Oh God.
7 bands live. It'll be good.
That's crazy.
This is my 5th year doing it though. So
Hey, Mike. Mike, be one of those hat bands.
Dude, I got.
Oh, there you go.
I got one of those snap towels that I wrap around my neck. You just dip it in a little bit of ice water real quick. Snap that baby, drop it around your neck. You're like 30 degrees cooler for like an hour, dude.
I was going to suggest the beer helmet.
Little head brush
Christian concert.
You can strap
big ass kegs on your head.
Hey, picture this, Mike. Okay, you got this little stand on your head that you have one of your quads strapped to, and just arm it. You know, and you'll have the proper
air conditioning
and come down on your head.
little air fans pulling off some ice
Yeah.
cold water off the shoulders. They're going
There you go.
cool you down quick. That'll be
It wouldn't be a danger to anybody around you, God forbid. Everybody would get a haircut.
I think last year we had 6,800 people out there, so it should be a good show.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, for a 1 day, 8 hour concert, Christian rock concert, downtown Sagnasty, Michigan, one of the worst cities in the state. Doing a Christian rock concert. Yeah.
You said it's Christian stuff?
Yeah, it's all Christian. We
Wow,
Are
that's awesome.
Messengers is one of the main groups. But yeah, this is my 5th year doing it. So it's been fun. I met,
That's cool.
like I was telling them last night on my stream, I met probably close to 100, 150 artists in the last 3-4 years.
Wow.
So, all Christians.
Same thing, dude. If you hit me up anytime you're doing a stream, man. I'll jump on anytime.
Yeah, every Thursday night from 7 to 9, I'm around, man. Anytime you want to come on in, come on in.
Definitely.
It's usually
Oh,
open
crap, my-
for him and stuff like that. Edge FPV actually hit me up, said he's got some TBS stuff that he's been working on that he wanted to come
Nice.
on and talk to us about. So he's looking to see when he can get on and come hang out for a bit. And this Thursday he was actually working, so hopefully next Thursday he's open.
That's cool. Yeah, Thursday nights are good for me in the summer until I bowl. I'm a nerd. I bowl in the late fall and winter, so Thursday nights, that's what I do, like an old man.
Indoor season.
Yipper.
I used to
Nothing wrong with rolling balls.
the darts. That was my thing back in the day.
That's cool. I've been bowling since I was a kid.
Only 6 packs, Carlos? Jeepers.
I had
Did you have the shakes?
181 average was my highest when I was bowling for like leagues and stuff like that.
What was it? I didn't hear you.
181 average. Not bad.
Wow, only one average is pretty good in my
It
book.
was
Average.
drinking and having fun, playing with the guys in the military and like that more so than anything.
We're a drinking team with a bowling problem.
Yeah. Right.
I think I ended this year with a 198 average. Last year it was a 202.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, if I'd have stuck with it and continued after I left the military, I might be pretty good. But it was a military thing. We were doing like some leagues or whatever. And
That's
it was
cool.
like 1 night a week type thing, and we were partying all, having a good time. Drinks were cheap on post.
Yeah, bowling. Bowling's definitely a fun sport.
When I got to Alaska, drinking age was 18 on post. On post.
Wow.
Off post it was 21. But so yeah, the drinking on post at the bowling alley local was cool. We could have more
Good
fun
place to
with
meet
it,
chicks
right?
back in the day.
Yeah, there wasn't many chicks unfortunately because it was on post, but
Oh yeah.
drink though.
Yeah, right.
Drink. So,
The kind of chicks that were there you probably didn't want to meet.
uptown bowling alleys, we couldn't have any fun because we couldn't drink.
Yeah.
Post in Huachuca, Arizona was the same way. 18 on post, 21 off post, but we always found ways to work it off post back then, so it worked out. That was only like 6 weeks, 8 weeks AIT or something like that. So it was like a month and a half. We didn't have to worry about too much trouble in town. We'd be gone.
Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end.
Young and dumb and full of cum.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, now we're just dumb.
Look, man, the thing is, I think about all the dumb shit I did. Not that I don't still do dumb shit, but I think about all the dumb stuff I did earlier in life and got away with so much.
It's
And
Different times, man. Different times.
doing it.
I laugh at today's generation trying to do the same thing, and the laws just don't got it.
The world is too soft and everything is offensive and politically wrong. You can't.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't understand this world anymore.
I mean, we kind of raised hell, as we would say, but we didn't really hurt anybody either in the process, so nobody cared.
Nope.
Well, hey guys, man, I'm gonna get off here. I need to get
Yeah, I need to end it too, but
I'm gonna cut out.
that's funny, John.
That stream.
No, I don't ever do dumb stuff. I just do ignorant stuff.
I'm gonna drop down the chat for a couple of minutes while I finish the cigarette. But I'm going to bed, so.
Yeah, my phone's dying and my wife wants me in the house, so I got to bounce too.
Later, brothers. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I really
Anytime,
do.
brother. It's an absolute honor, sir.
Yeah, same here. Later,
We will
y'all.
see you soon. See
Sounds
ya.
good. Cheers.
Later.
You're in here now. Well, I'm already croaky from talking too much. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody here. Carlos, back, John, RC Fun Subversions, Mike, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, and thank God it's Friday. It will soon be Saturday, and I hope everybody gets a chance to fly tomorrow because that is what it's all about. So, Mike, you need to fly out. You need to take a quad out there where you're setting up for that thing and take a little cruise around before all the crowds come. Okay? John, you need to break the thoroughly bound to earth. Raymond, anybody else? There you go. Side stage. There you go, Mike. Everybody has a mission tomorrow. I have a mission to fly. I hope all y'all have a mission to fly. I know explicit, you got to travel home, but you could always do a golden hour once you get home, get a little relaxed, whatever. So there you go. Peace out, brothers. Love you guys. Thanks for being here because you all feel like family to me.